back to our video. Today we are going to be reading Carrots Love Tomatoes, and I hope you guys this morning's going good, because mine's going fantastic. We are going to read corn, cucumbers, and carrots, celery, and some more stuff. Yeah, corn, cucumber. Then we will read about lettuce, onions, melon, and a few more things. And tomatoes. Yeah, that's what we'll be reading. A little bit about tomatoes and some watermelon. So first, let's start reading what we want to read first. Let me just find it. Okay. If you guys want to write this down, you can. I don't really care. Suggest you could do it. I suggest you do it because you probably don't want to watch the whole entire video like 50 times. Okay. Anyways, the cabbage family includes not only cabbage but cauliflower, kale, some other word, broccoli, collards, and Brussels sprouts, and rutabaga and turnip. While that's what it goes good with, like it includes all of that stuff, so you couldn't plant it with all that stuff and all that. So like kale, broccoli, and all that type of stuff. Cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and yeah, collards. Okay. While each plant of this group has been developed in a special way, they are pretty much subject to the same likes and dislikes, insects and disease. So I think what that says is some of the bugs dislike the cabbage and some of the bugs like the cabbage. So that's pretty cool. Hyssop, thyme, wormwood, and southernwood are helpful in repelling the white cabbage butterfly. Wormwood, write that down if you're going to write it down. Wormwood and southernwood if you're planting cabbage. All members of the family are greatly helped by aromatic plants or those that have many blossoms. I think that means like the cabbage is blossoming, like about to grow cabbage. Good companions are celery, dill, chamomile, sage, peppermint, rosemary, and onions. Potatoes. Cabbage dislike strawberries, tomatoes, and pole beans. 3 of them, pole beans. Ooh, I don't like pole beans because I've never tried them. So I don't know if I like them or not. Anyways. All members of the family are heavy feeders and should have plenty of compost or well-decomposed cow manure worked into the ground previous to planting. Mulching will help if a soil has a tendency to dry out in hot weather, which means cabbage doesn't like hot weather, but I think it'll grow good in like fallish type. And water should be given if necessary. Always water it, even if it's on a hot day. Water it a lot, if that's necessary to you guys. It's necessary to us because I'll show you my garden later. I don't know. Yeah, our garden later. Oh my god, my face. Okay, well anyways. Cabbage and cauliflower are subject to clubroot. Interesting. And if the Akirs try new soil in a different part of the garden, dig to a deep 12 inches if you want to plant cabbage. Dig 12 inches and pour it plenty of well-rotted manure into the soil. Rotate cabbage crops every 2 years, which means you're going to take out the cabbage and move it to the next spot every 2 years. If cabbage or broccoli plants do not head up well, it's a sign that lime phosphorus or potash is needed. Whatever that stuff is, I guess it'll help your cabbage grow. Boron deficiency may cause the heart of the cabbage to die out. That's sad. Next one, carrots. For sweet-tasting carrots, your soil must have significant lime humus and potash. Too much nitrogen will cause poor flavor. So if you put too much nitrogen, it will cause poor flavor, sadly. Anyways, too much nitrogen will cause poor flavor as a long period of hot weather. So too much nitrogen will cause poor flavor in hot weather. Interesting. Okay. Onions, leeks, and herbs such as rosemary, wormwood, sage, axe, which means all those, if you plant them near your carrots, that'll repellent to the carrot fly. Whose maggot or larva often attacks the rootlets of young plants. So those two things. Oh, and I also plant carrots near tomatoes, and the thing says carrots love tomatoes. Interesting. It's kind of cool. Anyways, we're also doing cauliflower. Black salicify tive, sometimes called oyster plant, also is effective to repelling carrot fly. Use a mixed crop. Apples and carrots should be stored a distance from each other. Plant, because say you have those long farms, and you want to plant apples and carrots. But there's the one thing, you cannot plant them near each other, or else I think it'll cause the carrots poor flavor and it'll make them die. Because I think the apples, plants aren't good to grow with each other actually, because sometimes the roots can get caught together and then it'll be hard to pick, and then they won't grow because they need to go down, down, down. Okay, that's almost done. Should be stored distance from each other. Yeah, see, from bitter flavor. Cauliflower. The white cabbage butterfly is repelled if celery plants are grown near the cauliflower. If you guys want to plant cauliflower, plant celery near it because it repellents the cabbage butterfly. But cauliflower does not like tomatoes, strawberries. Extract from cauliflower seeds interactive the bacteria causing black rot. Rot is not fun at all. Oh, celery. Celery goes good with leeks, tomatoes, cauliflower, and cabbage. 4 things. While bush beans and celery seem to give mutual assistance. One gardener believes that celery is particularly benefited if grown in a in a circle. Plant celery in a circle. Anyways. so that the lacy-loosey interwoven roots may make a more desirable home for the earthworms and the soil microbes. Okay, what that means, guys, is if you want to ever plant celery, plant it in a circle, and because it'll make it a very lacy-loosey, where the roots can go better and bigger, and you can get good freshing taste carrots. Celery I meant. So yeah, that's it for almost the celery, but we still have long ways to go for celery. Anyways, now it says celery and leeks both grow well when trenched. Both celery and sirlac are reported to have a hormone that has an effect similar to insulin, making them an excellent seasoning. That's pretty yummy. I love seasoning, especially cinnamon. But that's on bread. Cinnamon toast, yeah. For diabetics, for anyone who's a salt-reduced diet. So if you make celery a diet, then you can have a good seasoning for for people who's doing a non-salt reduced diet. So that's pretty interesting. Celery dinette or French celery dinette is a unique type that sends out a multitude of narrow stalks. I found it easy to grow here in southern Oklahoma. So this person who wrote this book lives in southern Oklahoma, which means they grow celery, and it grows very well because it just said he or she found it out that it grows good in southern Oklahoma. Pretty interesting. It has a much fuller flavor than common celery and less should be used in cooking. You shouldn't use it in that much of cooking. Here's some stuff that you can make with like 2 or 3 things with celery. So if you cut the celery up, you can make potato soup, you can make beef soup, chicken soup, anything that you guys like to be healthy. Well, my dad makes what did he make? He makes this beef type soup made out of cow, celery, potatoes, one big old potato like cut in half, but like this big. No, like that big. Just kidding, not that big. Oh, sheesh. Potatoes and like kind of tiny beets and something else. But the seasoning he puts in that juice, oh, that is the best. That's not it yet. This celery is completely insect-free, which grows well with all garden vegetables. So if you want to plant any type of garden vegetables, it'll grow good with celery. That's interesting. I did not know that. Plants will freeze in winter, but the roots do not. Which means you can plant potato in the winter, but it'll be hard for them to grow, and you'll have to wait until summer for the plants to grow, but the roots will still go everywhere, which means that they shall grow pretty good. Anyways, and we'll pull out new leaves from the center with advent of warm spring weather. So they're good to grow in warm spring weather, which is almost here. In a cold climate, the leaves may be dried for winter use. Do not plant them in cold winter because their leaves will freeze, and so they are very good to plant in the summer or in the spring. That's it for that. Now, corn. Sweet corn does well with potatoes, peas, beans, cucumbers, pumpkins, and squash. peas and beans help corn by restoring to the soil and nitrogen used up by the corn. Oh, here's a story about the Indians. Who hasn't heard the story about the Indians putting fish in every corn? Which means they used to put fish like buried under the corn so it can make it better, and the corn will grow big and big and big and big and big. So yeah, like those stalks that you see in like those farmer movies. Anyways. Woo. Melon, squash, pumpkins, and cucumbers like the shade. Plant melon, squash, pumpkins, and cucumbers in the shade. Provided by corn, so like plant them under corn, the stalks of corn, so they can produce shade from the corn so the sun doesn't beam on them and die. In turn, they benefit the corn, protecting it from the depredation of raccoons. Okay. Cucumbers protect corn from raccoons. That's very cool. Which do not like to travel through the thick vines. Thick vines, which means like if you plant them on the fences things, like ours, which I'm going to show you ours later, it's going to be like how that is. Anyways, if you plant them on a fence, like when you make a pin, anyways, it'll grow, help them get replanted from the raccoons. Anyways, similarly, pole beans may be planted with corn to climb on the stalks, but do not plant tomatoes near corn because the tomato fruit worm and cornworm are identical. Earworm are identical. An experiment with odorless marigold showed that when it was planted next to corn, the Japanese beetle did not chew off the corn silks. That's cool. An experiment reported in the British in 1970 states that reduce incidence of fall any armyworm on maize, and a yield were obtained by growing the crop with corn with sunflowers, and alternating stripes. There were also large reductions of the numbers of some type of beetle, in the sunflower strips, compared with unbroken areas of the crop. Some infestations
Brooke,
were...
you in my room?
Yeah, why?
What are you doing in here? Oh, you reading?
Yeah. Cut by more than half. Research has shown that to remove corn suckers is a waste of time, as well being detrimental to the development of ears. That's it for corn. That's a lot of cucumbers. Cucumbers apparently are offensive to raccoons, so they're good to plant corn, as I was saying earlier. They're good to plant with corn because it affects the raccoons away from the corn so the corn can grow good. Anyways, and corn seemingly protects the cucumbers against a virus that will cause wilt, which means wilt is like a bad stuff that like kills your cucumbers. We only have like 4 growing right now because it's hot and the cucumbers like need lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of water. Then stripes of cucumbers will repel ants. Like those striped cucumbers will repel ants. Like those ones that are long and have the stripes on them. And those will repel ants. If you ever want to repel ants, just get those. If you plant them, if you see them stripes, like shave them, and I think that'll like throw them, like crush them in a blender and like all around your house if you don't want any ants. Or it'd be easier if you just bought it anyways. Cucumbers also like beans, peas, radishes, and sunflowers. And preferring some shade. They will grow well in young orchards. We might not read all the things I said in the beginning of the video, but we might read a lot. Look how long cucumber is. Look, the cucumber goes all the way down to here. Tomatoes are very long. Anyways, we gotta get back to reading. Sow 2 or 3 radish seeds in cucumber hills sow 2 or 3 radishes seeds like in between the cucumbers and between the cucumbers so they can grow better and get repellent from the cucumber beetle. Do not pull the radishes, but let them grow as long as they will. Okay, guys, I will be right back. Sorry for the misunderstanding. I have to do something real quick. I'm almost done. Okay, guys, I'm back. My mom was calling me anyways. I wish this was my room. Look how cozy this bed is. Look. Look. Oh. See. As I was saying, guys, I don't know where. I don't know where. See, they bought this book somewhere, but I don't know where. Anyways, that's the person right there. That right here. Oh, the girl. That's a girl. She wrote it. Yeah. Oh, Louise. That's interesting. Pretty awesome. Do not pull the radishes, but let them grow as long as they will even blossom. And going to seed, grow. Cucumber beetles. Hey, Mama. Cucumber beetles may be trapped by filling shallow containers. About 3/4 of full water into which some cooking oil has been poured. Cucumbers are attacked by nematodes. Try a sugar spray. I boil 1/2 cup of sugar in 2 cups of water, stirring until completely dissolved. Let cool and dilute with 1 gallon of water. Strange as it seems, sugar kills nematodes by drying them out. Interesting. This will also attract honeybees. If you want honeybees, you could do that. It'll attract some honeybees for you and you can get honey. Ensuring pollination and resulting in a bumper crop of cucumbers, so the spray is worth trying even if you don't suspect the presence of nematodes. Beneficial fungi are another enemy of nematodes. If you suspect their presence, build up humus content of your soil. A chive spray is helpful for downy mildew on cucumbers, as is a spray made of horsetail. Interesting. Cucumbers dislike potatoes, because potatoes are grown near cucumbers are most likely to be affected by some sort of Phytophthora blight. So keep the 2 apart. Cucumbers also have a dislike for aromatic herbs. Different one now. Leek is one of the heavy feeders and should be planted in soil well fertilized with rotted manure. Leeks are usually sold in the grocery store, at least where I live, with the roots still attached. I once bought several bunches of them and planted them. They grew well with something, and I have leeks ever since. Leeks are good to plant with celery, onions, and also benefited by carrots. Returning the flavor, leeks repel carrot flies. That's cool. In spring, I keep a small supply of lettuce growing in the cold frames. When I pull every other green onion for table use, I pop in lettuce plants. They will aid the onions, and the compost in the onion row will still be good in supply for lettuce to feed on, while the onion row repel any rabbits. Lettuce grows well with strawberries, cucumbers, and carrots, as long as it is considered to team with carrots and radishes. Radishes grown good with lettuce in summer are particularly succulent. Lettuce needs cool weather and ample moisture to make its best growth. And I find that the seed will not germinate in very hot weather. Do not plant them in hot weather. That's what that's saying. Already started lettuce should have some summer shade. Melon. Crop rotation could be one of your best weapons against garden pests. But do not rotate melon. Do not rotate melon because that will kill your melons. Squash and cucumbers, which each other are sent all are cucurbits. Teaming is another weapon. Most cucurbits are not very susceptible on borers once they are past the seedling stage, so try either earlier or later plantings. I found that all fall planted cucumbers and squash are almost entirely insect free. Do not plant melons near potatoes, though they will grow well with corn and sunflowers. Morning glory is the stimulate the germination of melon seeds. Heavy waxed paper placed under melons helps keep worms from entering your melons. With sababilla, dust is effective too. Melons leaf rich in calcium are good to place on a compost pile. Onions and all members of the cabbage family get along well with each other. They also like beets, strawberries, tomatoes, lettuce, summer savory, and chamomile, but do not like peas and beans. Ornamental relations of the onion are useful to protected companions for roses. Which there's another book that says roses love garlic. Interesting. Since onions, maggots travel from plant to plant once sit in a row. Scatter your onions throughout the garden. I'm trying to read fast. I'm going to read a little bit about tomatoes. Tomatoes and all Brassica cabbage family repel each other and should be kept apart. Tomatoes also dislike. Why does everything dislike to potatoes? Honestly, and fennel. Tomatoes will protect asparagus against the asparagus beetles, so it's good to plant them next to asparagus. Tomatoes protect gooseberries and against insects. Tomatoes are compatible with chives, onions, parsley, marigold, nasturtium, and carrots for several years. I planted garlic bulbs between my tomato plants to protect them from the red spiders mites. Stinging nettles growing nearby improves their keeping qualities. That's all we're going to read for the tomatoes. Watermelon. Watermelon are good to interplant with potatoes, particularly if the potatoes are mulched with straw. The hybrid seedless watermelons, which set no pollen, which will reproduce better if planted with a good pollinator, such as sugar babies. Watermelons need plenty of sunshine, so do not plant them while near tall English vegetable. And that's gonna be it for this. For right now, we've read a lot. We read like a lot of stuff, and I hope I entertained you. Please like and subscribe. That'll really help me out because I'm trying to get to like 20 subscribers so far. Because this is my first video on this channel, and I just hit myself. Anyways, you guys have I'm gonna go edit the video, and you guys have a good day.